anyone really stand out to you today?
I thought Justin Davis for second practice in a row had a really good practice. Anytime that these high school kids like these 7 can come in here and make an impact already says a lot about them, because usually they're going to struggle just to even line up. So we've been very impressed with Justin through 2 days, and Sewell continues to make plays out here, and Chris Hawkins too. So I'm really excited about all 7 of the mid-year guys, but those guys have really stuck out already.
Obviously, the speed of the game is something that they need to adjust to, but what else are you hoping that those 7 early enrollees will improve on and learn from in spring ball?
The playbook. They always talk about the speed of the game, but the amount of plays and the amount of defenses is so different than high school usually. And, the adjustments that happen with the motions and shifts and different personnel. So it's really always a 2-part game with the young guys, the speed of the game and then, the scheme of the game.
MVP today, is that Justin?
No, Silas Red was on offense and Georgia go on defense.
Can you just talk about what you're seeing at center right now?
Yeah, the transition of putting Max in there, we had messed with it for 2 bowl practices, the first 2 last December, and he's very intelligent, very smart. Now he's tall, he's 6'5", which is tall for a center, but there's been some good ones before that have been tall. Mike Summers actually had one before that was a first-round pick that was 6'5", so it's good to see the transition in there. He's very smart, very intelligent, but like anything, it's a transition process.
Is this something that you're playing with during the spring, or do you see this as a long-term?
Well, I hope it's a long-term, because if it is, it means he's doing really well. And, he's ideal to be in there as far as his intelligence level and his understanding of the game and command of the line. So hopefully it'll work out.
What about any others at that spot?
Yeah, Cyrus Hobby's finally healthy. He was hurt a lot last year. And so it's good to have him in there healthy and get a really good chance of just getting back in there and just playing.
What do you think about the NCAA, the change? Now it's actually been put on hold again with the recruiting, opening up staffs and all that kind of stuff.
We didn't, we hadn't really thought about making some moves like some other schools had. And, we just had kind of had people telling us this may happen, so we didn't want to hire people and then they're stuck here and can't really do all the stuff that that was anticipated. So we'll wait obviously till to see if it changes. As far as what do I think about it, there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff. Obviously it allows you to have more people recruiting. It allows you to not have to worry as much about little things like a pocket dial and the ability to text guys. But at the same time too, you're going to consume a lot of time of assistant coaches, because there's going to be a race, to outdo each other, by how much you're on the phone all year long. And then I think the student athlete in high school is going to suffer too, because he's going to have increased communication coming his way from a lot of people. And then you're going to have another race too from your major powerhouse schools that can afford to hire a lot of people in those roles too.
Would you guys do that if you're able? If that in fact gets passed, would you hire many more staff members for that?
Yeah, I would anticipate that. We kind of had laid out a plan if it was going to go that direction of what we do, and so like anything, we're always going to want to stay up at the top of it and not let somebody else have an advantage.
Very good. Could you talk about the Sam linebacker position that Coach O is coaching, and now how does it change?
Yeah, really, the best way to kind of explain what's going on is really I would just think of it as 5 defensive linemen, really. They rush more than they drop, and both guys on the outside stand up, so it gives them ability to have a different type of rush style, and it also gives you a different ability to set the edge. We've been a 4-3 defense here for a long time, and it's just a different style. The 4-3 is more packed in, and this is more spread out as far as stopping the edges. So I think it's the way to go in this conference. That's why we made the change, and other people over the last 2 years have made that change too.
What do you say about Devon? He's been able to have so many different roles since he's been here.
Yeah, I think this is really good for Devon. I think that this is probably his best role as a stand-up guy that can rush and drop a little bit and play on the edge. So hopefully this will be great for him.
Coach, forgive me if you probably already addressed this, but in terms of the competition with your 3 quarterbacks, what are you looking for from them to kind of maybe separate one from the other at this point?
Yeah, we really always talk about 3 things: timing, accuracy, and decision making. And so we always look at those 3 as we evaluate the process and see how they're doing. And we're not going to make any decisions right now, obviously. We'll let it play out. Like Gary asked yesterday, we don't have a timeline. We'll figure it out when it happens.